The BMW E28 BMW 5 Series was made between 1981 and 1988. It replaced the BMW E12 in 1981 and was replaced by the BMW E34 in 1989. E28 production started in July 1981 and ended in December 1987. The E28 was still sold in North America as a 1988 model year car, while Europe received the E34 in early 1988. A limited edition model was also sold in South Africa from mid-1987 to the end of 1988. European model range. North American E28 range. All North American specification E28s were comprehensively equipped. Power windows, central locking, air conditioning, power sunroof, cruise control, alloy wheels and fog lights were standard. In addition, the 533i, 535i, 535s and M5 came standard with leather upholstery and onboard trip computer. A 3-speed automatic was offered in the 528e in 1982 Euro 1983. It was also offered in the 1983 533i. By 1984, the 4-speed version was introduced to both models. In 1986, the EH version was available in the 535i. It featured a 3-mode switch, E, S, 3-2-1. Automatic transmission and limited slip differential were optional on all models except the M5 and 524TD. The 524TD was only imported with an automatic transmission, and the M5 was only imported with a manual transmission. Heated seats were optional in Canada and available in the USA only as an option on the M5. Consequently, few if any M5s were delivered without heated seats. Leather upholstery and an onboard trip computer were optional on the 528e and 524TD. From 1985, all E28s sold in North America had ABS brakes as standard. Some 1985 535i's were equipped with power seats. From 1986, all E28s sold in North America had power-adjustable front seats as standard as well as an upgraded stereo. 524TD, M21 2.4L straight 6-turbo diesel engine, 114 horsepower, imported from 1985 to 1986. 528e, sold from 1982 to 1988. Equipped with a 2.7L high-efficiency M26-cylinder engine that produced 121 horsepower but 171 lb-ft of torque. The engine uses the small-port 200 casting cylinder head from the 2.0L M20 with a special low-duration cam to improve lower PM power and maximize efficiency. This engine is known as the ETA engine. For the 1988 model year, the engine was revised to produce 127 horsepower, by using the cylinder head casting from the I motor installed on the E-engine block with special pistons. The revised ETA engine is now known as the Super ETA. 533i, a North American-only model sold from 1983 to 1984 in limited quantities in response to customer complaints that the 528e had lower performance figures than the 1981 528i that it replaced. Equipped with a 181 horsepower 3.2L M36-cylinder engine as fitted to the larger 633xc and 733i, it produced 195 lb-ft torque. The compression ratio was 8.8 to 1. Top speed was 134 miles per hour. The 533i was the fastest sedan sold in the USA in 1983. 535i replaced the 533i in 1985 and sold through 1988. The 535i featured a slightly larger 3.4L M36-cylinder engine with 182 horsepower and greater torque. Compression was down to 8.01. Top speed also dropped to 131 miles per hour. 535is, straight 6 with a sport suspension and interior and exterior modifications. The 535is was available from 1987 to 1988. It incorporated M5 styling cues, front air dam, rear spoiler, and sport seats. M5, a 1988 model Euro-only car equipped with a 24-valve DOHC 256 horsepower 3.5 LS38 engine. Limited in production, the M5 was built from 1187. The M5 was hand-assembled at BMW Motorsport in Garching, Germany. The M5 was available in America in jet black with NATO leather. A very small number of US spec M5s were built with black interiors. These are the most rare, with a rumored 29 being built. The M5 also had leather door panels, lower dash and center console. Canadian specification M5s were available with the option of a black leather interior. The M5 was equipped with its very own 7.5 x 16 inches BBS wheels. Heated driver door lock were available for outside cold temperature. Engines: the Baby 6 engine found in the 520i, 525e and 528e models is known as the M20, a 12-valve SOHC inline 6-cylinder design. It had 7 main bearings and 7 camshaft bearings, a rocker arm-type valvetrain driven by a composite rubber timing belt. U.S. market M20s came with cast aluminum acoustically tuned, common plenum intake manifolds and a single throttle body. This engine was first available in the European market for model year 1976 in a 2.0L carbureted version. It later grew to 2.3L in the E21 323i, then 2.5L in the E30 325i and also 2.7L in the 325e and 528e models. It is also very similar to the later 24-valve engines as in the E36 and E46 3 Series models, with the same basic block dimensions. Top speed is 111 miles per hour. The Big 6 engine found in the 528i, 533i and 535i's models is known as the M30. The M30 is also a 12-valve SOHC inline 6-cylinder design. It has 7 main bearings, 4 camshaft bearings and a rocker arm-type valvetrain. US M30s also came equipped with cast aluminum acoustically tuned common plenum intake manifolds and single throttle bodies. Unlike the M20, it has a chain-driven valvetrain. Its larger dimensions allow for a longer stroke and larger bore, which makes for almost 3.5L displacement in later engines. Both 533i and 535i M30 intake manifold from 1982 to 1988 had a 3.2/3.5 casting. During the new intake manifold's development, a 3.2L version existed in Europe and the US, and a 3.5L in Europe. When the 3.4L versions came out a year later in Europe, the casting was not changed. The 3.4L was introduced to the US in 1985. 1988 was the last year this manifold casting was used in the E28 535i and 535is. A new style intake manifold was designed for the new 3.4L. The casting read 3.5, but it was still 3.4L. For the US, the 735i and the 635xc were the first to receive the new M30 in 1988. The M535i was introduced as a sporty version of the regular 535i, although the M535i does not feature any unique BMW Motorsport design drivetrain components. It is, however, equipped with an M-Technic suspension, wheels and body panels not found on the standard 535i. Combined, these items distinguished the M535i from the regular 535i. The E28 M535i was introduced at the 1984 Paris Auto Salon. Unlike the hand-built E28 M5, the E28 M535i was assembled on the standard E28 assembly line in Dingolfing, outside of Munich. An additional batch of cars was built at BMW's Rosslyn, South Africa factory using complete knockdown kits supplied from Germany. BMW did not import the E28 M535i to North America for 2 reasons: 1, the M brand had not yet been established in North America at the time and thus held little equity with the consumer, and 2, the cost of adapting the M-Technic body panels to fit the contours of the government-mandated bumpers was highly prohibitive. Instead, BMW of North America created the 535i, essentially a standard 535i equipped with front and rear spoilers, sports suspension and sports seats, which was sold exclusively in the US and Canada. Total M535i production, 10,335 cars. The M5 came with a big 6 engine known as the S38. This engine is similar to the M30, but has a 24-valve cylinder head, duplex timing chain, dual overhead cam layout and shim and bucket-style valve train. In addition to the top-end revisions, the S38 also had 6 individual throttle bodies and intake trumpets fed by a cast aluminum intake plenum. This engine was designed for high power and durability at very high engine speeds. In the E28 chassis, it was one of the fastest sedans in the world for its time, and it remains legendary among enthusiasts today. The E28 received the first BMW diesel engine ever, the M21, in the 524 TD 115 picoseconds. It was the fastest and most silent diesel car at the time. The 524 TD entered production in late 1982, when 100 pre-series cars were built. At the 1986 Geneva Motor Show, a 524D version with 86 picoseconds, stripped of its turbo, was introduced. Its top speed of 164 km per hour and 0–100 km per hour time of 18.1 seconds perhaps did not live up to BMW's sporting pretensions, and it was only available in a few select markets. References: Oswald, Werner. Deutsche Autos 1945 €1990, Band 4, 1. Auflage. Stuttgart, Motorbuch Verlag. ISBN 3-613-02131-5. M5 E28 http, www.africamusclecars.com. Retrieved December 16, 2013. Bar 1 Quarterly, Hans Ulrich, ed. Automobile Review 8277. Bern, Switzerland, Hoag, AG pages 211. ISBN 3-444-06062-9. Heitz, Rudolf, ed. Auto Catalog 1984-27. Stuttgart, Vereinigt Motorverlag GmbH and Company KG. Pages 242. Bar 1 Quarterly, Hans Ulrich, ed. Automobile Review 1987-82. Bern, Switzerland, Hoag AG pages 188. 190. ISBN 3-444-00458-3. Automobile Review 1987, pages 191. External links: BMW 5 Series History by Edmunds.com.